The toy shown below is made of several bars that can fold together to form a rectangular prism, or to unfold to form a ladder. What expressions can represent the toy when it is folded up? Use factoring. So we have the volume here given to us as a trinomial. Now something we need to make sure you remember is that volume equals length times width times height. And of course you remember that all the way back from 7th grade, right? So let's go ahead. Once we factor it, we should get 1, 2, 3 different items. Let's find those. We have 6x cubed plus 19x squared plus 15x. Now before you guys do anything, I know you're going to start with asking yourself, is there a GCF? You will all say yes, the GCF is an x. When you pull an x out, you get 6x squared plus 19x plus 15. Now we're going to look inside here and we're going to ask ourselves, does this factor? Well, let's use the book way or guess and check to factor this. Bring down the GCF and let's talk about factoring this thing. You guys remember, if you use the book way, you're going to do A times C, and you're going to get 6 times 15. And what's 6 times 15? 90. Because I have two positive signs, I have to think of things from 90 that add to 19. They multiply to 90, but they add to 19. How about 10 and 9? Those are correct. They'll add to our 19. So we will rewrite 6x squared plus 10x plus 9x plus 15. Now if you're using guess and check, you should already have your double parentheses and you should be guessing and checking. Keep your x and let's group the first. What can you pull out of 6x squared and 10x? A 2x. What will you be left with? An x plus 5. What can you pull out of a positive 9x plus 15? A positive 3. You will be left with 3x plus 5. Now take a look at what we have. And when I pulled out a 2x here, this here should be a 3x. I made that mistake. That should be a 3x plus 5 because 6 divided by 2 is 3. Notice now that our binomials match. So we're going to write the x from the outside, the things that match, and what we have left when we're all done. And that's from yesterday's lesson. So we can say that the possible dimensions, okay, these are our dimensions. X, these are our dimensions. Our dimensions are x, 3x plus 5, and x plus 2. So one of these represents the length, one of them represents the height, and one of them represents the width. Let's try again. We have another rectangular prism. This is our trinomial. Let's go ahead and break it apart. Now, for those of you who like guess and check, I'm going to do this one using guess and check. All right, but before I start, what can I pull out of 60, 34, and 4? Well, a 2. And what about the variables? An x. There's my GCF. Let's write what we have left. That's going to be 30x squared plus 17x plus 2. All right, carry down your 2x. This time, instead of doing the book way, I'm going to use guess and check. All right, so if you guys don't like guess and check, do this way up here. If you like guess and check, well, I'm going to do it your way. I know that 2 breaks down to 2 and 1. Those are my only options. I'm going to put them in there. Now 30 could break down to 15x and 2x. Okay, so I did 15x and 2x. Let's test those. 2 times 2 is 4x. 15 times 1 is 15x. Does 4 and 15 give me the 17 that I need? The answer is no. I have to try again. What if I flip the 2 and the 1. Let me actually flip them like that. Well, let's do our new check. 1 times 2, this would be a 2. 2 times 15, this would be a 30. Well, that's not going to work. So maybe instead of using 15 and 2, I should try using 5 and 6. Alright, so I'm going to try 5x and 6x for 30x squared. I'll put my 6x here, I'll put my 5x here, and I'll try again. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. Hey, I got it. If this is a positive 5 and a positive 12, I'll get my positive 17. So I need a plus and a plus, and I have finished my factoring. These 3 items represent the dimensions. Okay? We have a length, 2x, a width, 6x plus 1, and a height, 5x plus 2. And that's it.